Kadosh Boker Or Mishna Yomi Masechet Eduyot Perek Dalet Chapter 4 Mishnah Bet and Gimel 2 and 3 says Mishnah Bet Be'emashan Oldab Yom Tov, when you have an animal that was born on Yom Tov that fell on a Sunday, Hakol Modim Shei Muteret, everyone agrees that it's going to be permitted to eat on that day. That means even Bet Hillel that prohibit a newly laid egg permit a newly born animal, right? Why? Because it was prepared the day before, right? It was born on Shabbat where the animal was not. So he says, therefore, if Yom Tov falls on a Sunday, the newly born animal can maybe eaten, right, that day, since it was not prepared for Yom Tov on Shabbat. And if you have a chick that hatched from an egg on Yom Tov, Hakol Modim, everyone agrees that it's going to be prohibited to eat. I mean, even Bet Shammai, who usually permit, right, a newly laid egg, prohibit a newly hatched chick. This is because the newly hatched chick is considered a creeping creature, which the Torah forbids for consumption. Hashochet chaya ve'of b'yom tov. What happens if you do shechita to a chaya and off, a non-domesticated animal or a bird? Remember, chaya is a wild animal, not domesticated, and a bird on Yom Tov. Bet Shammai come and say yechpor v'yidbadeker v'yichasena, which means you could slaughter the animal. You have to dig up earth with a shovel, and then you use it to cover the blood. That you're allowed to do even on Yom Tov. Bet Hillel omrim no, lo yishchot. You're not allowed to do shechita unless you already had the dirt, which was ready to cover the blood. But they're going to be modeh, where they agree that if he broke the law and slaughtered an animal on Yom Tov, he may dig up with a shovel and use it to cover the blood. Okay, because if the ashes, right, were left in the stove before Yom Tov, a person may slaughter a non-domesticated animal or bird on Yom Tov and use the ashes to cover the blood, because the ashes of the stove are considered prepared. Okay, and since it's considered prepared, there's no problem of achana. So it's not muktzeh. Okay, fine. Mishnah Gimel. Bet Shammai omnim. Bet Shammai come and they say, ha'evkel aniyim evker. What does that mean? If a person declares his produce ownerless in regards to the poor people, okay, here the word hevker is the same as hefker with a pay. So he says if you make it ownerless in regard to poor people, it becomes ownerless. So therefore, if the second that you come and you say that it's going to become poor, his declaration is effective and the property becomes ownerless for the poor. Bet Hillel come and they say, it's not going to become ownerless unless it's declared ownerless for everybody. Meaning, for you to make something ownerless, has to be ownerless. It can be only for the poor, not for the rich. It's for everybody. If all the bundles in the field are each one kav, and one of them is going to be 4 kabim, and you forgot it, Bet Shammai says it's not shicha. You could retrieve it. Why? But since the bundle is 4 times larger than the other ones, so you know that you're going to go and pick it up. So it's not considered shicha that you forgot it, and therefore you're allowed to pick it up. But Hillel come and they say that it is considered shicha.